What's up, everyone? Maka here, checking out Chime Sharp. Now, this is a game that's supposedly a music rhythm game or something like that. I remember seeing this game a long time ago and be like, oh, that sounds really, really cool. Like, I never actually saw gameplay and I never actually tried it. That's what this entire series is about. But I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that seems really cool. And I got a beta key for it. And I'm like, all right, sweet. I'll end up checking it out. I never did. And then I was like, all right. And then I got a review key for it. I'm like, oh my God, I got to finally try it out. And then I just never did. So now here, months later, I've actually finally redeemed the key and we're going to end up checking it out. So we're going to give it 15 to something minutes and we're going to see if it's worth following up on trying to do any sort of content on it or seeing if it's worth actually trying in the future. So let's real quick talk about one kind of problem with this. The menus for this are absolutely god awful for some reason. The navigation with the gamepad is just, I am tapping it like freaking crazy to go down and it is not going down. It's just, that's very annoying. Also, when I was on vertical sync, the first time I went into this menu, I tried clicking on here and it would automatically toggle onto the controller option instead of actually letting me change vertical sync. Now, a reboot fixed it. I don't know why, but there we go. I don't know why I was doing that, but that already kind of puts me a little bit iffy on this, so I'm a bit in this salty mood. Anyways, let's go ahead and play and start the timer. So, well, actually, I'm not going to start until I actually go in here. So there are actually licensed tracks in this, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually, monetize this, but we will see. So we're just going to start with the very first song. I have no idea how to play. Let's do standard, I guess. I don't think the game has a tutorial. Now I saw this, the controls. So it's basically, I use the bumpers to rotate. I use the stick to move, and then there's a show grid and a place option. All right, let's go ahead and got it. I have no idea what to expect, but I assume it's music. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to put things somewhere? Okay, well, let's just put things down. I put something down. What does that do? I don't know what that did. So am I supposed to be filling out music or something like that? Is that the entire concept? Am I supposed to be filling out these shapes? Am I supposed to be building things together and getting points for some reason? How does it actually count those? I don't actually know how this game works, so this is going to be a bit confusing. Maybe we're going to have to spend some time looking at a tutorial. Oh, okay, so I have built a block. Do I get to extend that block? Oh, I see how this works. All right, well, I don't get why it's musical. I kind of understand the whole puzzle aspect of it, but I'm not necessarily sure where the music comes into play. Maybe the more blocks we end up building... Okay, well, that one's complete now. Oh, I see. So as you complete blocks, it creates more and more music. So as you fill these spaces out... Okay, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. I don't necessarily see where this is going to be going, but I kind of like that idea. Can we... Okay, so we can rebuild on those blocks as well. This is going to be the worst score you could possibly ever get on this, probably, but I don't care. So basically what you're trying to do is it's like building Tetris, but with music. And so you're trying to set up different sort of combos so that you can end up getting more and more points with the different types of aspect or whatever things. The other Tetris blocks. I'm just going to call them Tetris blocks now. I don't actually know what they were supposed to be called. But yeah, so you're basically supposed to make giant squares and make probably multiple, I would assume, as well. And so you're basically playing Tetris with music. So that's kind of cool, in my opinion. Now, I don't know why that one is brown now. Is that because I did something? Oh, I'm running out of time now, I think. Where's the timer? Is there a timer somewhere? Oh, there's a timer up at the top. Okay. So basically, my timing of trying to figure this game out was a little bit too long. So this game probably wants to have a tutorial up front and be like, hey, this is how you play the game, because I had no clue how to play the game. And now I'm just playing absolutely terribly, but I get it. Oh, did we get extended time for making blocks? Or is there something else I'm missing? Maybe when it claims blocks? Yeah, so when it claims blocks, it ends up increasing the timer as well. So basically, we're going to be trying to... Oh, what? Multiplier lost? Oh my God, I am so lost in what we're doing. And now I just randomly have a block over here. Okay, this is going to be a game that's going to take some figuring out. And now we're out of time. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I have no freaking clue what happened. Next stage. Let's go. I know what's going down. Is it going to keep doing that? Oh, there it goes. I was like, if it just keeps going ding, ding, I'm going to be very upset. Oh, God, stop. I need to rotate this. Rotate it again. So we're basically racing the clock, and we're trying to get as much of a square as possible. And so now I can extend this way. and build this way. Am I supposed to be making multiples, or am I supposed to like kind of build up one and then kind of use that as my kind of gateway to make other ones? I don't really know. So there's a lot of questions I have about this game. So one thing I'm actually going to put in its criticism right now is that the game doesn't necessarily have a tutorial that I can follow, at least not right off the bat, or at least not like in a way that I can actually see it. But I think we're supposed to make as many cubes as we can to make as many points as we can. There's some of these are glowing when they ends up going over it. Are we supposed to be like trying to combo it together? There are so many questions I don't have answers to, and I don't know if I ever will. Also, this is kind of loud, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it down. Apologies. Okay, so we're getting more beats as things kind of combo together. So more points we get, the more beats we get? Or is it timer based, or is it, I absolutely do not know. This game is a mystery. I think I'm going to have to take a pause and look at the title screen and see if there's any sort of like, I don't know, other tutorial stuff, because I only saw that one tutorial option, which I try and check out the tutorials before I do stuff like this, because I'm like, oh, well, I want to kind of know how to play. Also, I'm playing terribly. Okay, so that one filled up. Is there a difference between them filling up? Like, if it doesn't fill up all the way when it goes by, it doesn't actually complete it. So that's okay. And we got a multiplier for some reason. Once again, I have no idea how to play. There was a manual. Maybe we should look at the manual. That would be a good idea, probably. I don't know. I've never had to look at a manual for an online video game before. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I like this because I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I'm wondering if there's... Why are these guys shaking? I don't know why they're shaking. Oh my goodness. It won't let me place it. There we go. I wonder if the gamepad controls are screwing up as well, because I can't like always push the button. Also, why did it fill out that block? Because I didn't actually make all those cube spots. I'm so confused. This game is confusing me. Oh my god. I am terrible at it too, I think. I think I am. Actually, I just made 2 cubes at once, and now I'm making it bigger. Yay! I've got to admit that the kind of a like concept of the whole puzzle element, I kind of like that. I just don't understand how the score works, which means I don't understand the objective of the game, which means that I'm completely lost when we're actually trying to, you know, play the game. And then there's these yellow ones. I don't know what the yellow ones are. Are they multipliers? Is that what those are? This is just me asking a bunch of questions. You know what? Let's take a pause and look at the... Oh, I've restarted the stage. That's not what I wanted to. No. Okay. Main menu. Hold on a second. We're going to pause the timer. I'm going to look at the manual. I now feel enlightened. I have looked at the manual, and it has told me. Man, this is going to be an epic, like, intro back. Anyways, let's go ahead and play. I figured it out. Well, I don't want to say I figured it out, or rather that I sort of looked at it and it said stuff. I don't know how to unlock these. I think it's based on what I just learned. I want to do the one with the sword because it has a sword in it, and I like swords. Anyway, let's do standard because we can't actually do anything else. Get 60%. So the percentage there is actually saying, hey, we need to try and get that much of the whatever grid kind of filled out. So the idea is you're supposed to fill out the entire grid with colors, and as you fill out the grid, you actually get different bits of the song, and that's how they sort of oh, I screwed up already. Anyways, that's how you incorporate it into the music, and there is a timer. The way that this whole thing works is basically that thing going around is going to kind of turn it into the grid color, and it's going to fill in some spaces as well. And so basically what the different colored shapes were was just stylistic choices, I guess, to where basically the grid is, it's part of one that got cut up, I think. Hold on, let's see if that's true. Come on, complete. Oh, wait, no, we're going to wait until it gets all the way back. Never mind, hold on. I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to put one here, and I'm going to be like, boom, bigger square. Anyways, and we can't put anything in this. Yeah, so, okay, so basically the different colored, like things, whatever blocks we're going to call them, I guess, or actually just things. Oh my god, I already screwed up. Oh my god, I am so bad at this. Now that I know what I'm supposed to do, I am just massively screwing it up already. I'm just bad at this type of game, and I can't put that there because I can't put it there or whatever. I'm trying to figure this out. This is very, very complicated. So basically what it is, I was right. It is basically a Tetris-style game to where we're supposed to fill out as much of the grid as possible. And as you fill out the grid, you get more pieces of the song. So each different sort of section is different part of the song. That's why it sounds extremely annoying right now. Also, I have no idea why that one's shaking. I have no clue why they have shaking bits, but that's a thing they have. So there we go. But I'm starting to get the hang of this. So basically, yeah, we just got to fill out everything. That's not as complicated as I thought it was going to be. I still don't understand it, and I think the game needs an in-game tutorial because in the modern day, you shouldn't have to look at a manual that is literally just a PDF on a website. It was funny. It took me to Steam, and it was like, here's the manual, and it just had me read a PDF. I'm like, okay, cool. I still don't know what those shaking things are, though. I wish I kind of knew what the shaking things were. The game needs an in-game tutorial. That is going to be my main complaint right now. But this is actually sort of interesting. I kind of like the idea of it. So I might actually do a little bit more on this if I can end up doing future stuff or whatever. I don't know if I'll end up doing like a proper like let's play of it or anything like that. I think I'd probably do a review video or something. Maybe an overview. I don't really know. I'd have to figure out the game first because there's still certain things in this that I don't understand exactly what's going on. But we're starting to fill out more of the grid, and it sounds really annoying. That is also extremely annoying. To where it's like certain sections, as you're going through this, you end up running into problems to where it just sort of makes part of the song play, and that one part of the song is extremely annoying by itself. However, I'm sure it sounds lovely when everything is together. Oh, I screwed that up. Now I'm going to have an empty spot in my grid. Uh-oh, now I'm running out of time. So what gives us more time? Because the manual didn't say that. It just told me to fill out the grid. And so there's still a bunch of questions I have that are never going to get answered. Oh, well. Oh, actually, we got more time. How did we get bonus time? Tell me, game. Tell me. Give me a sign. Some sort of sign. Also, we're getting some, like, dubstep stuff. This game is really freaking loud, and I don't know why. Okay, I like this. It's starting to beat up. Okay, that's cool. I like the song music. Or song music. I can't think when I'm trying to do this, when I'm trying to figure this out. I didn't realize this was going to be as much of a puzzle game. I thought it was more going to be like a rhythm game. At least that's what it sounded like. And this is not what I expected at all. This is a puzzle game, not a rhythm game. And ever since I did, I can't even think of it. Snakebirds. Ever since I did a video on Snakebirds, I'm like, oh my god, no, I screwed that up. So bad. All right, let's try the keyboard controls. Okay, so we're trying the keyboard controls. So basically it is the mouse to move and then Z and X to, oh my god, that is awkward. All right, we're going to try that for now though. So I just switched over from using a gamepad. The gamepad controls are not fantastic. I don't think the keyboard controls are really that fantastic either. I think the key, kind of the way you use the keys is kind of strange. Oh, I can right click. Okay, so I can just right click to spin. I don't actually have to use the keyboard. Sweet. I still screwed up, but that's sweet. I like being able to use any kind of, I don't know, any sort of interface that I like. So yeah, as we fill out the grid, you heard the little kind of like chiming and everything like that, so where the music kind of played in the background. I don't know if it'll show up on the video or not, but regardless, as we completed that kind of square, we got more bits of music. And so that's why it kind of ties into music. Come on, spin in the right direction. Oh my god, I screwed that up too. Oh my god, this is one of those things where it's like, oh my god, let me push it. Oh, this is awful. I do not like the mouse and keyboard controls. This is just abysmal. It's like, it's lagging, by the way. I don't know if that's just my machine. Maybe it's because I'm using a specific driver for this mouse or something, but like it lags like a good second behind everything. And so, yeah, that's unplayable. So I'm going to switch back to the gamepad. There we go. Gamepad seems fairly okay now that I'm getting used to it. I think that the kind of keyboard controls are a little bit delayed just because of my machine. I don't think that's actually a problem with the game. That sounds like something that's just wrong with my mouse driver. Maybe it's because I'm in full screen or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because it doesn't use hardware mouse, maybe? Regardless, that's why it's actually tied into music though, is because they have it so that as you complete this grid, you actually get more bits of the music. And I already said that, I realized, but at the same time, I'm mostly thinking about what I'm doing here. Now I'm trying to figure out how these score multipliers work. And I think it's because, or you get multipliers by having it go across it, or maybe making multiples at the same time. So basically, as I make multiples of them, it will end up combining that score. And then as it goes by, if it's still active and still like kind of building up, maybe it'll get a multiplier. I got a time bonus and I have no idea why still. This is just a game with a lot of questions, but I actually like it. I kind of like it, which is somewhat not surprising because I already looked at it before and I was already like, that looked interesting, and I just never ended up checking out. And I think that I should probably do something in the future on this one. There we go. I definitely need some practice, though, before I can end up doing this and actually talking at the same time, because puzzle games are hard. Whenever I do puzzle games, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have. I've done collaborations with puzzle games before, though, and those have done fine. One thing that's kind of unfortunate is we can't, like, I don't know why these things are shaking. Is there something we're supposed to do with the shaking ones? Maybe we're supposed to be trying to combine the shaking ones. Well, too late now. We'll just make this one into a square. Does that give us a multiplier? Oh, so the shaky ones give us a multiplier. Also, they shatter. Oh, that's what the thing meant by shatter. Okay, so in the manual, it said that they do, they disappear, shatter, and something else I don't remember. I'm not going to bother checking. But I guess when they end up shaking, that's when they're about to shatter and then they explode. Now, there's different game modes and stuff like that. So I'm playing just standard right now, which is the sort of timed mode. And I guess there's other game modes to where you have like different amounts of lives and stuff like that. And so you're trying to make it so that things don't shatter. And then there's other types of game modes to where you have infinite time and infinite lives, but then you are trying to like score attack, but at the same time there's other sort of aspects that are going to be affecting your score, and if you don't have enough score within a certain sort of amount of placements, you end up losing score and stuff like that. So I think this game has a little bit more depth than I would have ended up thinking it would. Also, I shouldn't have done that. That was a terrible idea. Regardless, we're gonna do this, I think. Put it over here. Let's just try and complete a grid. So the way you do unlocks or whatever is you actually complete most of the grid. You saw like that 60% or whatever. So basically we just want to complete as much of these grids as possible if we want to just go straight for like unlocking stuff. So that's probably what we should do for the rest of this video. I'm going to allow this one to go on a little bit longer because I've spent so long just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, which I mean, that's probably cheating for the video, but regardless, I kind of want to figure this out and I think it's really, really interesting. I think this is something that I could play on my like casual time if I was looking for something to like relax to, but it's at the same time, this seems like something that would not be relaxing. Maybe this type of stuff is relaxing to me. I don't really know. I do like kind of complex stuff to relax to. I mean, I play a lot of like action games whenever I want to try to relax, which most people are like, nah, man, I could never play that. That's too stressful. And they want to chill out. They play something like Mario because they just don't want to challenge whatsoever. But I'm a little bit different than that. I like to try other games that are just like super complex. Like I play a lot of like complex RPGs or strategy RPGs. Also, these ones are about to shatter, so we want to turn them into blocks, and then we'll get a multiplier, I believe. I won't ever find out because it shattered. Did we lose time when it shatters? There's so many things to pay attention to, and I'm actually paying mostly attention to just trying to create blocks and complete songs. What's our percentage? Oh, our percentage down at the bottom. It says 34%. Man, I'm so good at this video game that I've never played before. That is a thing. Man, this was a terrible series to put this game into because this is actually a lot more brain required. That's how I'm going to put it. Oh, let me put it there. Yes, I made it. Okay. That was satisfying. I think if I can get the keyboard and mouse controls, I'll try and figure out how it's not delayed, and I think that that'll actually be a lot better of an experience because trying to use the gamepad limits you on where you can go since it is so time sensitive. Also, I screwed up. We're starting to get some pretty nice music going on here, though. Kind of like it. I like the song selection so far. I think the song selection is kind of nice. They have some really interesting sort of beats going on. It's just, it's very, very annoying when we're in the progress of building up the song. So I think they probably could have done a little bit better of selection on trying to pick songs that have really interesting pieces even when they're incomplete. Because right now, when the song's incomplete, it just sounds kind of annoying. You just get like a bunch of beats out of nowhere. And it's not necessarily appealing. I'll definitely have to turn down the volume whenever we're actually releasing the video because otherwise, you guys are just going to hear a bunch of like random tones and stuff like that. It sounds like a kind of like almost a modem from the 1990s going off, just having trouble actually reading any sort of data from anything. Oh, I can put this at the bottom. Yes! Ah, score! Oh my god, I'm so good at this video game. Put another one there. Oh, and I can't complete it, but whatever. That's fine. But we can try to make a block over here if I can get one of the proper lines. I'm not going to, am I? Oh, by the way, on the map selection thing, it actually shows what type of blocks we get. And so that probably would have been smart. Oh, and I keep putting them in the wrong spot on accident as well. I think I'm done with this one. I think this is as long as I'm going to go. I think I figured it out. I think I've figured out the game. So basically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to end up filling up as much as the grid as possible. If you take too long, certain parts of the grid will start to shatter. When they shatter, they disappear and don't give you any points, and if you're in a certain game mode, it'll actually end up harming you. However, the objective is to basically make a bunch of squares and uncover the rest of the grid. Uncovering the grid will uncover the music, and that is actually how it is a music game. So realistically, it has nothing to do with music. It's all about just a puzzle game. And I think the music aspect is actually kind of annoying, but I like the puzzle aspect. So yeah, I guess that's going to be me for this one. I think I figured it out, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other types of things that I'm missing inside of this game as well. I'm also playing absolutely terribly. I apologize for this being so scattered-brained. I didn't expect this to be a puzzle game. I thought this was going to be more of a rhythm game, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do a rhythm game. How naive I was. That's the negative side of trying to do a series to where you're 100% blind on trying to play. And I really think that whole idea of trying to have the music incomplete is kind of annoying, because music is meant to be heard in one sort of way. You hear the entire piece together, and then that's how it ends up being complete. So having this whole thing to where the music is sort of incomplete, I don't think that necessarily works, and maybe it just doesn't work because I'm not playing properly or something like that. Like, that's perfectly possible. But I can see where this could end up having a lot of depth, and it could actually be a lot of fun. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The end slate has been up for a while, so there's been videos that you can end up clicking on. So go ahead and click on those videos. I also do impressions reviews. If you want ones to where I'm not completely lost and I actually know what I'm talking about, then go ahead and check out that series. The most recent one I did was for Outlaws Awakening, I believe is the most recent one I did. And so you can end up checking out that one. It is a retro-style platformer. I also do other types of Let's Play stuff, so if you like me sort of rambling and trying to figure things out, you can definitely check out my Let's Play series. I'm currently playing through Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which that game I actually know what I'm doing. And so, yeah. Also, I'm getting a lot of like timers going on here. When I place a block, does it reduce the amount of time I have, or is it only just randomly? It seems like it's sporadically going down, but I guess it's counting down, and I'm just getting different sort of things that are actually giving me time, and I'm not 100% certain on what's giving me time. There's still a lot of questions I don't have like answered about this game, but I've almost completed the grid. So I think I've got it though. I think I've like got the game down. I should just call this a challenge and been like, hey, it's a challenge trying to figure out video games. So yeah. Also, that music thing is super annoying. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Also, if you have tips on how to play this game, please let me know because I am lost.